Well, you all, the time has come, and man, I finally received these parts back, freshly powder coated, and yeah, it went from this, but then also this right here. Stay tuned. All right, so what's happening, everybody? It's your boy Kendall Sean with the world famous the most incredible Bill versus Ball. And as a Foxbody advocate of America, I like saying that because it just makes people mad. And you know, this channel pisses a lot of people off all the time. But as a Foxbody advocate, we are back to working on the KSD notch over here, and I finally got my parts back from Powdercoating. They were there for almost a month, but I understood why, and so let me kind of go over with you all what happened, the process, and yeah, obviously you saw in the beginning of the video the color and the look, and so let me just kind of break this down and what had to happen in order to make this work. So first off, obviously this is the timing cover is black, water pump right here as well, and there you go. The rest of the stuff, thermostat, I gotta get another one. I also have to, remember I told you on the last video, this part is going to have to get cut off. And I am going to put a piece that I ordered, I believe from Powdercoating Hour, to get rid of this, and it's gonna tap into there. But I don't think I'll have it today, but I'll kind of show you all that process when that time comes. So then I gotta get all of these gaskets and stuff that go in there. But yeah, so like I said, everything, all the timing components and water pump and neck and all of that, it all went black. And then yes, I went with yes, that is the wheel color. All right, that is the wheel color. And yes, I went with this on everything else. Yes, you may not like it, and I don't care, but I love it. You want to know why? Because ain't nobody else got this. And so yeah, so when I open up my hood, yeah, that is going to pop. So like I said, took that, I gotta put that cap back in there because I had to give them the cap to make sure they can match it as close as possible, even with giving them the actual powder coating code and everything. They did a great job, but this wasn't the easiest thing to do, which is why it took so long. So just so that everybody can know, they had to go over this with a chrome powder coat first and then come back with the gold. And so yes, is it bright? Yes. Is it different? Yes. And here's the thing, I love it. Now I just put these on, but these are not going to be the core covers that I'm going to use. I actually have the Aluminator ones that I'm going to put on here, but I'm trying to make it to where the Aluminator ones are still black. I do not want anything that has any level or representation of blue in it, but just to show you all the contrast, this is the, you know, intake valve covers, and this is why I changed the intakes, because I wanted to powder coat it that color. Then you got the wheel and then interior. So there is the same contrast going across the full spectrum here. So super excited about that. And let me give a pre-warning to everybody as it relates to when you're doing your builds. Like, I don't care who don't like what I do. That's fine. I know I keep expressing that every video, but I don't, because I know that this ain't everybody's cup of tea. But hey, it's gonna make my car stand out the way that I want it to stand out. And so, man, I'm super excited about it. I love it. The people that are close to me, I usually send them this stuff in advance, and they even like it as well. And so, and I always take their honest opinion about how they feel about it. But then when it's all said and done, as long as I'm happy about it, that's all that matters. So let's move over to the engine so you all can see what I gotta do next. So I've had this cover over the engine for a while because we've been waiting. But as it relates to the engine, I just got to get these things cleaned up because I got to put some new silicone here, and then all the spaces where it was before. So got to do that. And then obviously put everything back. I got new gaskets. I got to do everything. The only thing I don't have a couple of the rings that go like to the water pump and things of that nature, but I do have new valve cover gaskets. I do have a new timing cover gasket. I got all of that. And so I am going to take the time to clean this up as best as I can so that we can put all of that stuff on there. And then I also got, you know, the fuel rails are gonna go on there. So these are the old ones, but these are actually brand new injectors. And so I gotta put the actual fuel rails on the intake. So these injectors will come off and I'll swap that over and then kind of just get everything back going together. I got new VCTs all the way around, and man, I'm just totally excited about this. So like I said, like real good time. And like I said, looking forward to putting this back together. So with that being said, stay tuned as I start the process of putting all this stuff back together. So here, this is all the stuff that I received from Holley. This is going to be pretty much what I have to put on the inside of the intake as a gasket. So I got to lay this out for the top, upper, and the lower. So I got to do that. Then these are all the necessary bolts to put that together. And then these bolts right here are for the fuel rails. Now, I opted out of making the fuel rails be the same color as the intake because I like the contrast of black and gold. Black, gold, black, gold. And I did like the fact that the Holley EFI was in white. So I just feel like, man, it'll be best that I leave this alone and leave it to be black. So I'm gonna go ahead and start getting that assembled and ready, put it on there, and then get these gaskets and stuff inside of here as well. This is the old, well, this is the stock fuel rail, and obviously that's not gonna work. But so I'm gonna take all these injectors off, put it inside of those fuel rails, install it there, and then what's not gonna happen is the reinstallation of these inside of the valve covers, man. Like it was disassembled, and man, like I'm looking at a couple of them are broke now, and look, we are not taking any chances as it relates to anything with this motor. So I'm gonna have to order some new ones. I have to order new ones, but you know, I can still assemble it on the block for viewing purposes so you all can understand. And then these actually go on the inside of the actual valve covers. So I'm gonna attempt to see, these actually still look good. So I'll put those in there, but I'm gonna have to order a brand new set of these. So hopefully I can find somebody that can ship it, or I can go to the dealer, see if they got it. But yep, that's where we are. And so I'm gonna go ahead and start the process of fuel rails, injectors, and then I'll go ahead and put that gasket in there as well. So stay tuned. All right, so to give you all an idea, man, the gaskets have to all be put in individually. So I just did that, put those all in there on that side, and then allow me to flip this over and I'll show you the other one. And this is the other one. So that one is in there as well. So then I could just place this on, bolt that up. As you can see, got the fuel rails in here. Probably got to tighten up, I got to tighten up that bolt, sorry. We got the fuel rails in there. Everything is good on. All right, so in the process, my battery died while I was trying to do the last part, but here you go. Put the gasket in, you know, it has to go that way. Then we'll put the lid on top. So got that in there pretty good. So probably just double check it, go through it with my finger again, but I got that in there. And for anybody that's going to ask, why did this get powder coated? Look, when we got it from Holley, it was already black on the inside. If you all did not know that, it was not bare. It was powder coated black when we got it. So powder coated just followed the same process that Holley had. So anyway, got that there. And then as you can see, fuel rails are on with the injectors in there. And then I also did the gaskets at the bottom. I could turn it over, but pretty much there's just 4 of them on each side, and fit those in there. And then, like I said, next the process is putting this on top and then putting the bolts in for that. And so I'll kind of like do that right now as well. Then I need to plug all of this stuff up for right now. And to my understanding, Holley has provided everything that you need in order to make that happen. So here goes all of it right there. So I'll put those in there, get this put over on top, and then that will be the end of me in this intake scenario. And so then I'll just have to start moving over, getting the motor and stuff cleaned up so that I can put the timing cover and stuff on. So we're getting there, stay tuned. And just FYI, I'm looking at this through the camera and it is way brighter on camera than it is in real life. But then at the same time, if you all ever see the car, you just got to see it in real life, man. Yeah, it's something different. So. Yeah, stay tuned. You know, the one thing I love about YouTube is You would actually think that this work got done in 15 minutes because this video is around 10 to 15 minutes, but man, I'm a couple of hours later, and because of certain details or whatever. But I'm going to show you the finished product of the valve covers and intake and go from there. So bam, fuel rails, valve covers, all of that. Got the throttle body on here. Yep, you can see it. It's there. All the bolts are in. I was a little concerned, but then I had to like read the manual again because I had extra bolts and didn't understand why. And what Holley does is that they just keep the exact amount of bolts the same regardless of the intake. Some of these are different. You have like another neck on some of them, which require more bolts. So when I saw that I had more bolts, I'm like concerned, but there it is, you all. And so I have to take some more steps in order to get it mounted to the motor, obviously. But yeah, we're gonna kind of stop right here as it relates to this part of the powder coating. So in the next video, you're gonna see me now start to put all of this together, putting the VCTs inside of the timing cover, the seal, everything. And then I got Allen head bolts to go in here this time around. So that's what we're gonna focus on next. So bottom line, this is part one. We're getting there, putting this motor back together. Let me know what you all think of the new setup, how you think it's gonna look. And if you like this video, do me a favor, make sure you like, subscribe, and then thank you to all the loyal followers and subscribers. Your boy Kim Sean, Built versus Bought. I'm out.